just go back to where we were
Yeah.
and
Okay,
end
I'm
it.
recording again.
Okay.
Okay, we just had a little
So
bit. Okay. We can't say that on
we
television.
had
Okay, I
a
don't know.
technological hiccup.
Yeah. Okay, and then you had your set, and then some man hit on you and bought you a beer. I'm so proud of you.
He didn't hit on me. We were chatting. He said, "Oh, you were really good." I mean, everybody in line behind me said you were really funny, and I was like, "I
Oh
know." I was
wow.
like, "I know, yeah. I mean, what
Oh
can I tell you?"
gosh.
But then I went to
Yeah.
pay for my beer, and this
And he was like, no,
kind
no, no,
gentleman,
no.
who was apparently, I think, was the owner of Beaver Tails, you might have
Yeah.
heard of him, said he'd pay for my beer, which I was like,
Oh
"Thank you so much."
gosh. Yes. Did he put his arm around you? Did he give you his card?
No, but he was a cool guy, and
Well, we hooked up in the bathroom later. Am I not allowed to say that either? What am I allowed to talk about?
I didn't say anything. But no, we
Am
did
I allowed?
not.
I'm not allowed to say anything.
You're not allowed to be potentially slanderous because I can't afford to be paying legal fees or
Any
penalties
more
for.
legal fees than I'm already paying?
That's right. I'm paying a lot.
I'm
So
maxed out on my legal fees right now.
this is why you and
Okay.
this is why you and
Oh,
Mr. Curly had to pay for my beer on Tuesday.
Mr. Curly, is that what you call him? Okay. My husband was there. He was very, very happy to be there.
That was
No,
good to meet him.
no, he
Yeah.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. Okay.
Yeah. I know he wasn't. That's not an appropriate response. I said it was good to meet him.
Yeah, he's great. So he's really funny. So what
He's
about
actually funnier than you.
he's
Like,
hilarious. He's hilarious. So I think this is really funny. Not to say anything. Okay, Patricia Bowl was there. I'm allowed to say that.
amazing.
Okay. So she's wearing this like really hot, pink tight fitting dress. Really
Very
like
hot.
beautiful,
Super
beautiful.
hot.
Like,
Yeah.
like she's
She looked like $1,000,000.
beautiful body. So my husband the next day, he texts me and he says, like I performed to, like Ottawa's elite, community.
Yeah.
I got laughs. No, we don't talk about that.
No,
The focus was on Patricia Bowl and what she was wearing. So he had
absolutely.
sent me a picture of her and said, "Look, she was wearing it on the news that night, and she just came from work and she was wearing the pink dress." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's really great." Anyway, I think he actually said, "Send this to Glenn." So I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck?" I'm like, "I'm not sending him this stupid thing." So then I swear to fucking God, you send me the same picture with her in the fucking pink dress. And you said, "Look, she looks great in this dress." And you guys sent me the exact I'm like, "Is this all we gathered from this
So,
amazing night?"
and I said, I believe so.
Yes. Patricia Bowl in the pink fucking dress.
Smoking,
This is
smoking hot.
all this is all we could think about all day long.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was for charity.
Yep. It
Christy
was
Lake
great.
Kids. We got merch, fuckers. We got merch.
Amazing. My hat is way too small, but that's okay. The water bottle fits me just fine.
It's for a child.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I have
for
a huge head. You might have
I've
heard that actually, but
oh
it's
yes.
like,
Oh, slanderous. Gotta have to cut that part out too, I guess. You heard it here first. He's got a huge head. I
I
don't
can talk
know.
about myself.
This is what the women say.
I mean, that's just, when you're a celebrity, they just let you do it. That's how it goes.
So anyway, you had the free beer from so you got the validation from the beaver tail guy. I
I
as
did, yeah.
well got some validation, I have to tell you. So there was this like suspect looking guy in the back. Baseball cap, like he stuck out, like he
I
wasn't
saw him.
he
I saw him.
wasn't like he wasn't rich.
No, he might have
Gets
been. No, he might have been because the beaver tail guy did not look rich, but he probably is.
Anyway, so he gets up, he does that like guy stretch where he's like, ugh, because he's had like a few beer and he's like, ugh. And the shirt goes up to like maybe like past his belly button. So I get a good look at the bare gut, like just a good side view of a bare white gut.
And you were like, oh, yes.
He lowers his arms. Then I guess he sees me looking at his fucking disgusting body, and then he's like, he goes like this, and he mouths to me, You're funny. I was like, oh my God. My God. So that was really exciting for me. It wasn't a beer, it wasn't the beaver tail guy, but
No, it wasn't a free beer. It was more a
I got
borderline sexual assault kind of thing, but that's
I
okay.
I got my validation.
Yeah.
I got what I needed, okay.
But whatever. I mean, I can't judge.
That'll keep me going for a while. Okay, so that was really fun. Anyway,
That's
it
a good
was
night. It
crazy.
was a
It
fun
was
night.
crazy because we just kind of got wrapped into this, which like I'm not going to give you the boring backstory, but like
No.
we were in a room doing comedy, and I thought to myself, I told you this too, and I thought to myself like 10 years ago before like I even thought of even an inkling of like I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, fucking right. Like I would have said no, no way. You're insane.
Yeah.
And and uh and you whisper in my ear that I'm going to be performing comedy in Ottawa at the art gallery to fucking Patricia Bowl, I would have like punched you in the throat. Like I like there's like no way. I'm like it's just exciting to see where life takes you, I think is the
It's
moral
cool. Yeah. It
of
was a
that
great time.
story.
But I
You're
mean,
like I
every,
could have fucking cared less about the thing. You're
well, I
like,
mean, to me, every show's the same. It doesn't matter what
oh,
the
see,
crowd is.
that's the
It's
thing.
just
Like
like,
you didn't deserve to be in that room. You have no gratitude. You have no scope of what we went through in that
I have
just to be
gratitude. I, I was
there.
appreciative
You're like your meows lotto tonight is the same as that night. Like they're not comparable.
because it's all about me. Like,
Yeah, you're very weird. And the confidence is I don't know where you've gotten this confidence from. It's not warranted, first of all.
okay.
I don't and then you are all like, well, they're not and I was like, oh, can you believe we're here? And you were like, well, I deserve to be here and like
I never said that.
nobody's
I never said
you're like
this.
nobody's better than me.
I never
I was
said
like,
this. One, just so you know,
like
I never said
the
that.
superiority complex is just like I'm trying to be
No,
humble and like grateful. You're like, well, these people are losers. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I never said that.
You
All I
kind of
said
said
was that
it.
I'm not nervous. You said you were nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, it's a
Again, the
show.
confidence is just the confidence is
Well,
just
no, I said it's a show like any other
whew.
show. It's not. There's
Any
no need
other
to be
show
nervous.
you've done like 5 shows.
You
Come
get up there,
on.
you tell the same jokes, people laugh, you get off, and
Yeah,
that's
see,
it.
it was like
It's like,
I need I don't think you're a real comic. Like you don't understand
okay,
the difference. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, anyway. So I don't understand. Anyway, so I don't know if anybody knows that Severance show. Can you like explain it briefly?
Oh, Severance?
Yeah.
It's this show
Briefly.
where a guy.
Yes. Okay, you're
I
taking
can't.
too long. You're taking too long. It's a guy. Okay, so there's like this technology where like okay, so he decides that he's not like say you have a really boring job or whatever, you decide okay, I'm going to check out, my brain is going to check out for that period of time when I'm in my office. So the person that you are in your office doesn't know who you are outside of your life, and the real you is outside of your life, and you have no idea what goes on in your office. Okay, did I explain it? It's like a
Yeah,
chip in your brain.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So my husband's joke was like, "Can I get severed for like all your comedy shows? Can I?" Can I get the severance process for this show?
No, but he wanted that wasn't his joke. His joke is he wanted it reversed.
Yeah,
But all the time he has to spend with you
yeah.
is something he never forgets.
That's
He
the
never
one he doesn't want to have to remember, and he wants to remember everything in his workplace,
Oh my
at his
God.
desk,
Which I don't blame him for. I mean,
with
I
his
completely
coffee,
understand.
with his
I completely
coffee,
understand.
typing away. Yeah.
That
So
was
anyway,
funny. That was funny.
but he hates comedy. Like I told you that he hates comedy.
He's funny though. Like I had
Yeah,
never
but he's
met him
like,
before that night, and I don't blame him because I wouldn't want to let anyone know I was married to you either. But he was quite funny. Like he's hilarious. He's a funny guy.
yeah, he's really good. He's really
Yeah,
sweet. No,
yeah.
he's very
Hopefully,
support. He's very
hopefully
supportive.
we can hang out more.
Yeah.
Me and him, not you.
I
The other thing I wanted to
was like,
mention
what did you
was
think of Glenn? He's such a fucking loser, isn't he? And he was like, oh, well, anyway, you did good. He's just trying to like, I'm like, yeah, but what? He's so weird, right? He wouldn't throw you under the bus. He's good. He's like, well,
The other thing worth mentioning,
Yes.
you heard of Six Nuts?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Well, they seem to have thrown down the gauntlet. The gauntlet. They accused us of stealing their segment, Beers That Bite. Which is, now I'm just going to say, I have many podcasts I listen to, and there are many, many podcasts that talk about the beers they're drinking before the podcast starts. I'm
It's
just
like
saying,
it's almost like it's like a hack. It's hack in the
yeah,
comedy world, in
and
the
we,
podcast
and
comedy world.
I'm just going to say that it was
Like they
were you
feel
on?
it.
Huh? Okay. I'm just going to say that
They think that they like invented it. So and now
yeah, and I
and now
mean
we're like,
they're like throwing down. They're all over us. I told them on their comments. I said we're gonna have to have an arm wrestling contest to settle this because it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
this is what I'm drinking today. Is this am I offending anybody? Six Nuts, am I offending you?
Anyways, I feel like Six Nuts is our they are our people. You know, they're I was a bit offended. Um, I think there are beers that whatever is a great segment. It's great. It's one of the greatest segments ever.
Yeah,
We were paying homage to their segment by talking about the beers we were having at the time,
I agree.
and just call off the lawyers. Six Nuts, call them off because
Yeah,
we weren't
he's got enough legal
feeling.
fees.
I can't afford any more legal fees
No,
right
you
now.
can't. You can't. You really can't.
No,
Okay,
no.
so I want to do a fact checking. I want to fact check my last episode
Why?
because I said some things that were not correct, and I want to have
That's
I
that's
want to
like
go.
that's like every episode. We're running out of time here. We don't have that long.
I have. Okay,
Go ahead.
can I fact check? Okay, so first of all, I had said that I liked Humpty Dumpty barbecue chips.
Yeah.
In fact, the brand name is Old Dutch.
It used to be Humpty Dumpty.
It used to be Humpty, but it's now Old Dutch. So I thought, like, I want to be factually correct.
Yeah.
Secondly, I had said that my husband's second favorite smell after odorless was lavender,
Right.
and he gave me a lot of shit for this.
Unbelievable.
He's like, you don't even know me. So actually, it's vanilla.
Wow. That's so appropriate. Living
Vanilla.
living with you and watching your comedy, that's so appropriate.
To like the smell vanilla? What?
No, to like the concept vanilla.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, whew, that one right over my head. And thirdly, I had said that I went to Naples for like some good pizza. It wasn't Naples. It was Nassau.
Like
Nassau.
Florida?
No, Italy. Nassau, Italy.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Lady Gaga is from there.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
So those are my fact checks. Anything you want to fact check?
All my facts are pretty much correct all the time, so no, I don't.
My facts are factually correct, yes.
So
Okay.
what
Yeah.
else do we have? So maybe we should wrap it up. We're trying an experiment where we
No,
want to
I
see.
want to say some more, okay? You make
Okay,
me
okay,
wait
go ahead.
you make me wait 2 weeks, and now you're blowing me off for like a family ice cream. Like,
No,
come on.
my kid left. I'm not going anywhere now. I have all the time in the world, but I I thought we were trying an experiment to see
No,
if
we can't.
our
No, we can't.
shorter.
Yeah, we can, but like I have too much to say. Okay.
Okay, you talk. Go ahead.
I'm not going to talk while you're on your phone.
I'm not on my phone. I'm sitting here listening to you.
Okay. So, can we talk about like that Bavin video?
Oh, the bombing video.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So Bavin, I don't know what his last name is. I just know that his name is Gavin, but with a B.
Okay.
So I guess he's a comic or something. I don't know. He
He was
drives.
on at Absolute one night when I was there.
Yeah.
one of the few times they've actually blessed me with a spot.
Well, you don't even ask, so fuck you, right?
I killed them though that night. But go ahead.
Yeah, anyway. So anyway, so he posted a video and said, like he's just sort of talking about bombing as a comic. And I don't know,
Yeah.
I felt like it didn't hit the mark quite. Like I know he was trying to say something, but he's also one of these people I think that are like let's solve a problem people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
get it.
like I was like, oh, like traffic is too slow on that corner. Let's come up with some innovative ideas. Let's post, let's get our post-it notes out and solve the problem. You know what I mean? This is what the kids are being taught how to do in school. Like this is like
Yeah.
business
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of like, okay, let's think outside the box. Let's figure out like what are we gonna do to solve it. So like that's like a tangible problem I feel. And then he was like trying to apply, I feel like problem solving to the idea of bombing. And I felt like
Yeah.
I also felt like he was describing bombing as like sort of like it's a like a negative thing that doesn't happen very often. So like I don't understand that logic either. So my point is like I think he did okay. Like he was trying to relay his experience.
Mhm.
Like he mentioned that he had cried the first time that he had bombed or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then he was like talking about how like, oh, you have to accept it and you have to like shed your ego, blah blah blah. Like he was like it was very like
Right.
existential. And then he was trying to give practical information like, oh, tape yourself, so that you have something to look at. And then he decided that he felt that he was incorrect in his delivery by watching it back or whatever. And then just like, something about like think of something that's even scarier to do. I don't think I can think of anything that's scarier than stand up. Can you? Like maybe
Not really.
jumping out
Like
of a plane.
maybe, yeah, maybe skydiving,
Yeah.
maybe getting married again, maybe. I don't know anything I don't know anything scarier than stand up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I thought like I could say something to that. Like for me, um, bombing is like something. It's a natural thing. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be resisting it. And the reason you're bombing is because you're trying and you're writing new stuff. For example, like I was really lucky when I came out, and I think you can relate to this. Like I came out strong, and I had like I did my set, and people always laughed.
Yeah.
But that didn't fucking help me at all. Because
No.
then I was like, oh, okay, well then I have to write another 6 minutes, and like I bombed for a year, and that was my
That's where you
my
learn.
progress. That was my journey. That's where I
Well,
fucking learned.
I'm not experienced or like been in this long enough to have
Yeah.
been blessed with a spot at like a big club where I can try new stuff. Like I've seen
You
comedians.
shouldn't be doing new stuff at a club. See, like you
No,
don't
listen to me.
understand
Listen to
yet.
me. Can I finish a sentence, please? Just for
No.
once, let me finish a sentence. A sentence, not a sentence. Um, I've seen comedians do try new stuff at Yuck Yucks, and it bombed.
Yeah.
But that's how they.
That's how it's supposed to
That's how
be.
they. That's how they get better,
That's how
right?
it's supposed to be. The new
The only
stuff
place
always
I've
bombs.
done, the only place I've tried new stuff is Meow That's Hot or Swizzles, and nobody's gonna laugh there anyways because
Yeah.
it's all fucking comics and they don't laugh at anything unless they're buddies with each other and they naturally find each other funny. Like my stuff's not gonna make them laugh.
Yeah. So
So
you're talking about something separate. Like that's a separate issue.
no, but I'm just saying that bombing is so like real bombing means going to a real club and having a real crowd not laugh at you. That's bombing. Bombing at fucking Meow That's Hot or whatever is not bombing. I mean, that's like
I think it is.
no, I completely disagree.
I think it's a little bit of bombing. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but not. It's not real
And
bombing. Like real
it helps you understand that nobody's going to ever laugh at you. Like it
to me,
helps.
the
So,
valuable part about that, about so-called what you say bombing at Meow That's Hot,
yeah.
is getting up there and
Yeah.
saying your shit.
That's
You know what I mean?
what it's for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And to
yeah.
get you used to not hearing laughter.
So
So when you actually hear it, you're like, oh,
with this Bavin guy, who's I've met him, he's a cool guy. You know, it sounds like he did one or two shows at a real club, and it made people laugh. And then, but it sounds like then he did a lotto show, and nobody laughed, and he
yeah.
considered that bombing. And I'm like, that's not bombing. Like,
So
don't be.
here's what I want to say to his point. Like Bavin, he's like business oriented. He's problem solving oriented.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think you can't quantify this. I mean, you can in a certain way. I mean, like in your mind, or you can write it down. Like I did this many shows. Okay, that's a number.
Hmm.
Like in your mind, you could maybe figure out like which ones were good, which ones are bad, per your recollection or recording or what have you. But quantitatively, no, it's art, right? You got like
Right.
you can never like paint a picture and it be what everybody loves, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you cannot
yeah.
quantify that process. You can't. And you're gonna paint the fucking picture that you're gonna paint, and
Hmm.
people are gonna like it or they're not gonna like it. And you can bomb with that picture at one gallery and do well and do really well in another. Like there's so many factors that I think he doesn't realize that this is not something that you can quantify. But I liked his approach of just like expressing his own experience.
Well, it takes
And
balls to in
yeah,
this
so
community. It takes balls to put yourself out there
I think
and like seem
yeah,
seem be vulnerable in any way.
yeah.
So yes,
So
good for him for doing that.
that's what, like, so for me when I was starting out and I started to bomb, and it was like really, it's a traumatic thing to feel and to be with the
Hmm.
pain and the rejection and the
Hmm.
humiliation of it. And to get yourself back up there, like you got to
Yeah.
go
See,
right back. You got to go right
I
back
don't
right
feel
away.
those. I don't feel those things.
Yeah, you
So
don't have feelings.
yeah,
Like you're all dead inside because you've lived a
pretty
certain
much. Yeah,
life. But
yeah.
like people that still have their emotions, especially young
Right.
people,
Yeah.
they'll
Mm.
feel it. And like you have to feel the feelings, which he expressed in his little talk. But it's more about just recognizing it. And what I did was I talked a lot. Like I'm somebody who has
Mm.
to talk it out. So
Yeah.
you got
No.
to
No.
you got
I
and you got
noticed.
and you got to
Mm,
talk
mm.
to like-minded people. You got to talk to the comedians,
Yeah.
which sucks. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, just have fun with it, but you're not like, okay, yeah, yeah, it's fun, it's fucking fun, but like I want to talk about, because it's so isolating to be in that pain. So if somebody's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, we all bomb, it's normal, then that normalizes it, and that, like, fine, we all see each other's successes, but we see each other's failures too, and we need to talk about that too. you
Hmm.
know I remember one
Yes,
time
we do.
I bombed so horribly. I texted everybody, like I was like texting comics. I'm like, talk to me about this, please. And some of them told me to fuck off, but I was like, I texted Howard, and he tried to, and called Glenn Foster, was like, just call me. And I spoke to Glenn Foster on the phone for like an hour and a half. It was so fantastic. And like
Yeah.
he didn't help her, like the pain was still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just like it's just like just to know that there's a community, that we all feel it, that we all do horribly. And actually we should be talking about that more than our successes, because that's the process, that's the journey, that's where we're making
Yeah.
our leaps and bounds. So
For sure. That makes
anyway, if
sense.
anybody ever wants to talk to me about feeling bad about comedy and everything, I'll talk to you. you know
You are a very caring
yeah,
individual.
you can DM me, like I would like to be there for something, because I feel it, I feel
No
things.
one's ever going to
So,
do that. No
well,
one's ever going to do that.
no, but I like to hear that. Like if somebody's like, "Oh, I bombed and I cried on the way home," I'm like, "Yeah, like, first of all, I love that. Like it just like it just feeds the hole in my heart."
Yeah, I would never cry over comedy. The same way I would never cry over sports or
No, it
anything
just means
meaningless.
it just means you no, it just means that you care. It just means that you care.
Well,
You
you can
know.
still care without crying like a fucking pussy. Like it's not like
Oh, you're one of those people. I don't like you.
I'm just saying. It's like, no, I'm sorry, Bavin. I didn't mean to insult you with that, but I just feel like there's so much actually important stuff going on in life. Like comedy, what the fuck is that? Like it's a
Yeah, but
hobby.
if
It's for
you
fun.
no,
It's
it
like
is for fun. I hear all your rhetoric, but if you actually care about
pardon
comedy,
me. That's
you
not rhetoric.
you make it mean something to yourself. Then you're
I mean,
and I'm not going to listen to some old guy tell me what
too
I'm
late.
allowed to feel emotional and not emotional about. How about
That's
that?
fine. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
You know what? Your feelings are legitimate, and I recognize them. I
Oh yeah.
recognize them.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Like I'm not crying right
I do.
now, but like
You will
it,
be,
it is an emotional experience unless you're a psychopath. I
which
mean,
maybe I am.
you might be,
Yeah,
you
it's
might
true.
just be. That's why you showed up to this. Hey, I'm at this gig. Patricia Bowles here. She's got nothing on me, like that's the way you. And I'm like, oh my God,
she she reads a teleprompter every night of what she's supposed to say, and then like, come on, we're actually making shit
Oh,
up.
okay.
No, we're actually making stuff up. They're
I
like, we're
don't want to
making an
tell.
effort.
No, you describe saying how we're better than somebody,
I
like.
didn't say that. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
say we're
did.
better
I
than
mean, she's a
anybody.
better news broadcaster than we are. Okay, like you can't compare the two
Which,
different things.
thank you for bringing that up because that brings me back to my original idea of our weekly Ottawa night show where we talk about where I'm the broadcaster. I'm the.
I don't understand what this is.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it offline.
You're gonna have to draw me some diagrams.
Absolutely, my
I'm,
second.
I'm a visual learner.
It'll be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna make us both super famous.
People normalized saying I'm a visual learner.
I know
You know
it's
how
stupid.
stupid that is? Oh, like, no,
It really is.
this is how I learn.
Yeah.
I learn with my eyes closed. I don't know.
I don't learn anything. I just not a learner in any way.
Just tell
Like,
me things and I'll absorb it.
but you
I
know what
don't
we could
I don't need
use?
these eyes. What?
We could use some fellow co-writers, some people who are actually funny, who understand sketch, who understand funny writing, who want to be our partners in writing our weekly Ottawa.
No, I hate all your ideas. Okay, I'm not a team player. I told you
This
that
whole
it's
fucking
bad.
podcast is my idea, bitch. What are you
I
talking
know, I
about?
know, and like I don't even want to work with you. So like I don't know what you're talking about right now, and it's pissing me off. You're obviously drunk. Listen, Hillary Clinton was on The View today. Oh God, I love her. But I mean, she's just
Was she
Teflon.
good?
No, she's
Yeah.
Teflon. She just wrote another book.
I know. It's like just there's no emotion, there's no humanity to her. It's
Exactly,
like, yeah, no,
exactly,
it's
exactly. But that was that generation. You know what I'm saying? That was
yeah.
that generation of
Well,
like
she's been
the
beaten down by
stoic.
she
I
she
know
was
she's been
down
being
by
done so
Donald Trump and all that stuff in 2016. Like she's been just abused.
she's been
Like,
destroyed as a human being, and yet
yeah,
she
exactly.
still can't. The mask won't
Yeah.
slip. She won't let it
Hey,
slip.
hey, where are the emails? Where are the emails? You know,
Yeah,
that's all I can
and
say.
then what I'm like looking at her, and I'm like, what I think of when I look at her and this fucking society that made me think this way. Oh, that poor woman. Her husband cheated on her. That's what I fucking, as a feminist looking at fucking Clinton, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm ashamed of myself.
I hate to break it to you, but he only got caught once. He
Oh
cheated on
yeah,
her many
he was
times.
a
Many, many
womanizer.
times.
Oh God, yes.
They all are. They all
Since
are.
the
They're
get
all fucking
go,
banging everybody they
yeah,
can
and
see.
nobody
Yeah.
cares,
No, it's it's a it's the it's
and
the
then
patriarchy.
Trump is like, you know, he's practically in pornos, and well, yeah, give him a pass.
It's the
Anyway,
patriarchy.
but it's just so interesting to me. I like human dynamic. I like
Yeah,
that. That's interesting to
I can
me.
recognize that about you. Yeah, that's what I always thought about you.
Yeah, like I understand people, and
Right.
she's just like she can't be vulnerable. She
No,
would never allow herself to be, even though she's
no,
like we'd all probably love her more than we already do.
I agree. If you're a human, listen to me right now. If you're a human and you can't be vulnerable,
Yeah.
then just shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk to you.
Just go to, like, just lie in your house and die.
I
because
agree.
this is what it is. This is what it is to be a human. You have to express yourself, and the people are like, oh, don't show emotion. Oh, like,
Yeah, if you, this is why my marriage broke up, because no vulnerability. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be normal. You need to be like just a human.
yeah,
It's
you can't just be
like
playing a role. You can't, like, fine, that's your face, like you're a government worker or whatever, but you gotta be like, you gotta be normal. You gotta have, it has to be negative, it has to be negative. And I'm not saying I'm not a positive person. Like, I can be positive,
you're not,
but
but that's fine.
but yeah, but I like, there's no white without the black. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's a yin and yang. You can't
Yeah.
shove a portion of yourself down
Well, I
to
mean,
just
similarly,
because
the only reason we appreciate places like Firenze is because we have Canada we have to live in for fucking rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like, I hear you. The yin, the yang, the black, the white, Firenze, Canada. That's how it is. You know, like
yeah. Anyway, I just like my Hillary Clinton could be like my four aunts who I fucking hate, who never dropped the mask, who are always
yeah,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
everything's fine. Well, we grew up with an abusive alcoholic father.
Join the club.
We don't
Join the
we
club.
we don't have any mental illness." I'm like, "Yeah, we do." Like, and I'm trying to find out. I'm like, "Why is my brain not working?" And they're like, "Nothing. Shut up. Don't
No, I know,
don't
I
make
know. It's
waves."
fucking, it's
Like,
stupid. I know. I hate
you
that
know
shit.
and so what, so because I'm in tuned and I don't give a fuck. Let them target me. I don't care. I'm
But who target you?
well, anybody who has a problem with feelings or emotions or opinions,
I
even.
agree. I agree.
I'm like, it doesn't matter.
There are not
What is
enough
my living?
opinions.
Why am I
There
living my life? Why does that have an effect on you?
are not enough opinions that are freely shared in general. You know what
I
I
really,
mean?
actually, to be honest, I don't really have any opinions. I like to play devil's advocate because I'm a shit disturber. Like, that's just,
No, no,
yeah.
that's an opinion. But that's an opinion. You're like, you're
I just
telling
I
people,
can
why the
keep
fuck are you?
well, I can keep a conversation going, but I have to tell you this. I wrote this down. I was out of my element in that.
Huh?
I was out of my element at that show
Yeah.
because, like, before I did comedy, like, I could have schmoozed and networked. Like, I have that ability.
Really?
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
And I'm hilarious, right? You know that.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm like, I think these fucking spending so much time with these fucking weirdo antisocial comics is fucking me over. Like, I can't be in the normal public anymore. I'm like, just
This is why you need to look at it as all the same shit. It's all the same. Every show is the
yeah.
same. Every crowd is the same. Every fucking shitty bar, every venue, whatever. It doesn't matter.
But they're
Like,
different though. But if you can if you can understand differences, it helps. But you're right. I mean, overall, you're right. But like, there's hierarchy to understanding this thing, and like, so I just felt like Bavin just, like, he took a shot in the dark, but he wasn't really, he missed his mark. Either I don't know if it's because
but that's
he's
his.
too
I don't want to get all Justin Trudeau on
no,
you,
no, but like,
but that's his reality. That's
no, I think he's
that's
too,
how he
like,
experienced it. You know,
to
it's like,
me to me it was like he was a little bit amateur in his approach to how, like, give it a couple more years and we'll talk again. You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
mean, the only thing I thought was like, if you did two shows and made people laugh, like my first show ever was a fucking Pierre Bro show,
Yeah, that doesn't
and
count.
it's fucking wild.
It's great.
And I've done Absolute twice, once or twice, and it was amazing. Even our
Yeah.
show on Monday night or Tuesday night was fucking wild. Like, people laughed, they applauded, they applauded Ottawa's best joke trademark. Um, so I've got it's like,
Write
but
another.
then
Okay,
when you do
stop
a
to
shitty,
stop doing your 6 minutes. Write another 6 minutes. We'll
I have
talk.
another
We'll
six
talk in
minutes.
a year.
I was working
You
on
have
it
the.
earlier before got distracted by my buddy who wanted to go drink beers
You
all
have not. You have
afternoon.
nothing. You have nothing.
What time is it right now? 3:25.
This was a shitty
Um,
episode. We were off our game.
No, this is a great episode, but we should cut it short. We should get it together, post this shit, and tell people, hey, we're back Ottawa's best comedy podcast is back, and you're welcome.
Can't argue with that.
Good point.
You're welcome.
I think we found that. I think we found the title for this week's episode.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
But we need to, like, you were okay. Well, you're a little bit of a disaster today, and then I wasn't.
Yes, I am. I was.
wasn't great either. So we're gonna have
You
to figure
really
some
weren't.
shit.
You really weren't.
We're
No,
gonna
but
have to figure
let's
some shit out.
let's
Anyways,
regroup.
I just wanna say to everybody that, like, I really love comedy. I take it very, very seriously. And I love anybody who does comedy. I respect the shit out of them. And if anybody ever wants to talk to me about comedy, I'm here because I've thought about this a lot because I've had to because I have, like, that's just the type of person that I am. And I can be helpful to people, I think, maybe, if that's what you want.
Well, if we're doing if we're doing a final thought, I'll say this. I'll
Yeah,
say
final
a similar
thought.
thing.
Go Jerry Springer. Go.
I'll say a similar thing. I love comedy. It's been a huge part of my life. Yes, I just started, but I love comedy.
I love it.
You know, and
It's all there is.
it's all there is in life.
It's all there
really.
is to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that You Are Not Funny has been established mostly by myself, but I'm glad Carly is here to help make it a reality with the technological.
That's all I am. She presses record. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome.
No. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's been a wonderful time.
Are you dying?
And
Did you
we'll
get
see
a
you again.
Did you get a diagnosis?
Carly, I will see you in
Oh,
approximately.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go sit with you when you get your
Carly,
cancer.
I'll see you in
I'll sit with you when you have to sit in the IV chair with the cancer.
You probably would, because you know what? We're buddies, and you would
We're
do
buddies.
that for me.
I would.
And I will see you in 5 hours. Right? And
yeah.
everybody else, the rest of you, we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.